Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
And I'm Chase.
and you're watching Heavy Metal Breakdown. Chase, how we doing, man? Good?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Cool. Right on.
Yeah.
Nice shirt there. I think that's an item of topic for discussion today. That was almost a sentence. Hey, let's just get into our reviews. What's the new one? What's the new one, Chase?
Okay, today's new album is Eternal Evil, Forever Feared, released May 29th on Listenable Records. This is the Swedish foursome's third full-length release. Modern metal that isn't overproduced, and to me felt like it would feel right at place in the 2000s revival, the big revival we had going on there.
Yeah.
Lots of that kind of energy.
Yeah,
But
I want to talk about that. Chase, did you go back and check out their two previous records?
they had a bit of a change in style, I would say, this new one.
Yes, yes. So the first couple albums are just that straightforward blackened thrash sound, right? That there's so
Yeah.
much of. And
Mhm.
to be fair, they played it really well. Those albums were really cool. Uh, and blazing shit. But there's a level of sameness to the songs on those records. Okay?
I can agree. Yeah.
Okay? But here, wow, we make a big musical leap, and it's but what they've done here is they've kind of pulled a nice little hat trick, okay? Because they go from that straight ahead Teutonic Swedish blackened thrash sound, okay, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Teutonic and Swedish. I'm not saying that they're Teutonic and
Yeah.
Swedish are the
Gotcha.
same. Okay, anyway, but to doing that, but incorporating like elements of modern metal and on other things like there are things about this that remind me of like Unto Others, Children of Bodom, and even Dragon Force, which I'm like, wow. And again, I'm not saying they sound like that, but you can tell that there's elements that are reminiscent
Elements.
of
Yeah.
that. Okay, and so what we end up with is them going from sounding like Niflheim to sounding like Havoc or Warbrand.
Ah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And so like they're really bringing more melody to the fore here, and bringing in some clean vocal parts and stuff. And I gotta tell you, I couldn't stop listening to this record. I just had this on repeat. This is so good. I really I bravo to these guys for really expanding their sound, and giving something. It's like, okay, now you're differentiating yourself. It's familiar, but you've broken away from the cookie cutter blackened thrash thing, of which there's just so much of it. So
Yeah.
I really thought this is a really good album. And some highlights for me. My thing will unlock. Sorry.
My highlights on my end, if
There you
you
go.
don't mind. Forever Feared, Triumph Through Pain, which starts off a little bit like an old Armored Saint song. I thought was kind of cool.
Thanks.
The Rain of Fire in particular,
Yeah.
and The Mountain's Gaze.
Yeah, those are all really great. I agree. Forever Feared and Eyes of Wrath really stand out. I like the first couple tracks too. And I thought I know the fire burns inside. That was an amazing album ender. And again, it's like it's
Yeah.
either got to be the melodic closer or the blazing closer, and they chose the latter.
Yeah.
And I think yes, so good. But yeah, I like this a lot. It's very more varied material. I mean, and even within each individual song. Uh,
Yeah.
what a breath of fresh air. I was not really familiar with these guys until we decided to review them. And like I said, I like those two previous albums, and those are cool. But
Yeah.
this is a cut above, and this is really a nice direction to go into. I want to see like where this takes them. That like capitalize on this momentum, guys, because you've got something really special here. I thought this was great. More from you, please.
Yeah, man. Okay, so yeah, you were bringing up like Children of Bodom, Dragon Force, whatnot. My mind went right back to 2011's Blackguard. Remember them? They had that hit that was out for a while, Firefight. They're like it's like what did they describe themselves as? Like symphonic death metal or whatever. But it's like but it's really like some of those virtuoso guitar parts and what are sprinkled throughout in there. They're a lot like
Ooh,
Blackguard in the blackened like sort of sense that kind of
sure.
it's still there. Like there's still a blackened thrash kind of core
Yeah,
to this album, but it definitely breaks off and does a lot more melodic stuff. And yeah, like you
sure,
said, there's a lot of clean vocals.
sure.
And God, yeah, I agree. Breath of fresh air. That's also you said that. It's right here in my notes. Yes,
Yeah,
big old breath
yeah.
of fresh air.
So I will say I don't remember Blackguard. I think like back in our old days, our blog email reviews, I think that was something that we got, but I don't remember them at all. Other than
Okay.
got it in the mail one day, that kind of thing. Um, really like the solo, the guitar solo in Triumph Through Pain. That was
Yeah.
super killer. But yeah, this overall is an excellent record. Um, this was so nice. I'm so glad we came across this and it's like, oh, let's talk about that. Uh, yeah, I don't really have any more notes.
it, it, it's got a 40-minute like it's just under 40 minutes, like 39,
Yeah,
47, something like that. But man, it is brisk. It feels like 20. And it's
yeah,
just an excuse to hit play again. When you get to the end, you're like, oh, it's over? Whoop.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I love an album like that. I love an album that makes me like, oh, yep, hit play again. Like, yes, put it
Yep.
on repeat. Love that. Because you don't always get that. Sometimes you're like, you give a listen. I'm like, okay, I'm good for now, or I want to hear something else, and then maybe come back to it. This I was like, oh yeah, let's just keep going with this, please. So yeah, big horns up for Eternal Evil and Forever Feared. This is an excellent record. Bravo, guys, love it. Sweden, we love you. Okay, um, so Chase, if we're good here, are we ready to move on to Chase's classic album?
Sure. Up next on Chase's classic album, we have
Oh, what do we
Anthrax.
have?
Among the Living, released March 22nd, 1987 on Megaforce Records. This is Anthrax's third full-length studio release and easily mine and a lot of other people's favorite.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I kind of go back and forth between, I mean, as far as the Joey Belladonna stuff, I kind of go back and forth
Yeah.
between this one and Spraying the Disease. But, I mean, revisiting it this week, and I'm just like, okay, I'll give it to him. I have a contrarian streak about, like, people say this is the greatest album of whatever, of such and such band or such and such genre or whatever. But I'm not going to argue against it this time. This is a great album. It is one that I've listened to so many times over the years. Got it in high school and was a massive Anthrax fan back in those days, and I'm finding myself falling in love with them all over again these days. But there will be a new Anthrax album in September
Yep.
with
Yep.
a stupid title, but the first song that we've heard from it are I guess still cannot remember that type. Perfectio Waga Duga. It's something dumb, but I know it's Latin. But Jesus, just give me regular English words, please. But I like the song that they put out from it. It's for the kids, and I'm like, okay, cool. If it's like that, I'm gonna be a happy camper. Um, but yeah, dude. Lots of Stephen King stuff on this record. Well,
Yeah.
at least two songs, I should say. But title track "Among the Living." This is about the stand, and of course on the cover we have Randall Flagg, the character from that novel. Yep. Um,
I thought it was okay. So actually, I have a quick how I got into this album. My cousin was a huge horror movie nut, and he actually bought this album because he saw the cover and thought it was a Poltergeist 2 reference. And then he
right.
listened to it, didn't like it, and then gave it to me. And I love it. So thanks, Sean, you moron.
Yeah, son, you suck. But yeah. Okay. Um, but that said, but yeah, the song "Among the Living," and of course there's Randall Flagg. Of course about the stand, and later in the album we have "Skeleton in the Closet," which is about Apt Pupil, the novella,
Oh, yep.
about the young man who finds the Nazi war criminal, and yeah. Anyway, uh, but yeah, this is great. I mean, it contains a lot of Anthrax's live staples. I mean, you're not going to see them and not hear "Caught in a Mosh," "I Am the Law," and "Indians." Those are forever stuck in there. But really like a lot of the stuff. Okay, there's NFL, Evil Nicky Fest, and Anthrax and their backward talk thing is kind of silly, but that's Anthrax.
Yeah.
But that's about John Belushi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and so that's good. And but I really like um, songs like The Horror of It All, Imitation of Life, and One World. One World has always been a standout for me too. Um, uh, and yeah, I mean that's just a battle cry for humanity, and I like that, or a rallying cry or whatever. Right? And so, but yeah, full of great riffs. I mean, and they're not like, Anthrax. I don't think is like one of the most technical bands, but
No.
memorable and like they give you the chug, they give you the crunch without going into groove metal, and they've always been just loads of fun. And I think because heavy metal, like my philosophy is like, if it's not fun, you're doing it wrong. You know,
Yeah.
this is supposed to be a good time. So I mean, Anthrax, all praise to them. I saw them in the year 2000, and then I saw them in 2005. I saw them with John Bush, I saw them with Joey. Oh man, do I hope we get an Anthrax tour in the fall, so that we can see them again. I would love that. But yeah, I have talked a bunch. Please pick up the ball, please.
Yeah, sure. In the opening track, uh, I okay, so this part's fun. I listened to this album, and then it took a few years, and I got into SOD.
Yeah,
So it's been a while since I actually had one in my mind while I was thinking of the other. And the opening riff is like an SOD riff left over from when he was doing the SOD stuff, and then came over, or not came over, but went and did this album. I believe this album came out after the
I
first
think
SOD
that's
album.
right. I think SOD. I think
Yeah,
SOD comes out in '86. I think that's right. Um,
yeah,
Something like the 80, yeah, 85 or six, yeah. But yeah, it's been a minute for me on that one. But I will say,
okay,
like that's interesting because I think it's the main riff from One World also is very similar to like uh, I think it's One World, March of the SOD.
yeah,
So yeah.
oh yeah,
But I mean, it's like Scott's writing these riffs, so like those are
yeah,
typical Scott Ian riffs. But it works, and
yeah,
so yeah, Anthrax's third album. I mean, it deserves its place in the pantheon. It is such a great album. And stuff that, and I will say there's a bit of a maturing from Spreading the Disease because there are like some spots lyrically where it's like, okay, this is a little corny. Like I always think about the Gunslinger. It's like, that's kind of like just like the squint-eyed grin and stubbled chin he rides through history. Like, what a corny ass lyric, right? But then here, in like NFL and in I Am the Law, there's kind of some silly stuff, but Joey finds a way to deliver that with such sincerity that it doesn't come across as cornball. And I think that's something is saying it's like, okay, now he's a couple albums deep with the band, he's a little more comfortable, and we figured out how to navigate that space a little better. So I think it's an interesting kind of mark of growth.
yeah. And
Uh,
Joey definitely like okay, so everybody is just playing at like 11 on this. They're all
yeah,
they're all kicking ass, but goddamn, uh, Joey and Charlie especially. Like Charlie, I
yeah,
love everything you do, man. But this
uh-huh,
album in
Joe,
particular, you're oh god, I love you, man.
yeah,
And I Am the Law is my favorite song on this album. I mean, it's a hit for a reason, and
sure,
Judge Dredd, come on.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But the
um,
line, the mega city was bombed to the floor, and then he does that little high at the end of it,
yeah.
like that line. But then he adds some vocal filigree to it, makes it all pretty. Love it.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's awesome. And and again, in lesser hands, I think that would just be just one big pile of cheese. But no,
Yeah,
it comes across really good. And Scott was a huge fan of Judge Dredd, and the other guys kind of got into that too. That's a character I wish I liked more. I have tried reading Judge Dredd comics, and I'm just like, this just feels like I know it's supposed to be a spoof of Thatcher's England and stuff, and it's supposed to be making commentary on that, but it's hard not to think of it as just like this hard right wing character that I just. However, um, Yeah,
Hey,
it's a
people
great.
like Rorschach.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and people misunderstand that character so hard. But anyway, but anyway, yeah, no, this is a great record, and I'm still mad that this song wasn't on the Stallone Judge Dredd movie soundtrack. To this day, I'm still mad that wasn't on there. But of course, it's about which record company has the rights to the song or whatever,
Yeah,
So, and they
yeah.
didn't. I can't remember who would have had it, like Universal or something. But anyway, I don't remember. So, but yes, Anthrax Among the Living. This is come on, it's a gimme. It's great. Um, do you have anything else on this record, or we just want to move on?
I think we're good. If you've listened to it, you know it's godlike. If you haven't listened to it, listen to
Yeah, man.
it.
Yeah, but Anthrax is a blast. Yeah, hard not to have a good time with them. Okay, so we'll just get into upcoming show calendar, and there are some new stuff that I added. So let's get into that. Let's see. First, coming up, was it June 5th? You're going to be going to see Archspire and some other bands at the Roseland Theater, isn't that right, Chase?
Yep, gonna try to.
There you go. Okay. Uh, that's coming right up. What do you mean try? Do you not get your press pass
Oh,
or?
well, well, no, I have a job now, and
Oh yeah,
I
working.
work that time. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, and then June 16th, Death Angel will be playing, they're performing Act 3, their third record in its entirety. They'll have support from fellow Bay Area thrashers Violence, as well as Insight. That's going to be at the Hawthorne Theater. That's going to be a good time for everybody at that. Let's see. Quasi-legendary death metal band Lividity are playing with Torture Rack and Hemorrhoid and a couple other bands at the Twilight Cafe. That's going to be June 19th. It's 21 and over. Somebody was asking me about that. I said, nope, sorry, son. It's not for the kids. Um, and Solicitor, Grave Ripper, and Soul Grinder are going to deliver a triple speed and thrash threat to the high watermark on Friday, June 26th. Hit that up if you can. I have to
I'm
work.
definitely going to that one.
I have to work, and I'm so jealous you're going to be at that. But please take lots of footage, okay?
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm so glad you're finally going to see Solicitor. And then
Mm.
July 4th, Action Metal Movie Night returns. I think it's an annual affair
Yeah.
now. Jason Sayers puts this on, of course, action film highlights projected behind heavy metal bands. This will be the debut show for Imperiosis. That's members of Mamorlis and Atomic Terror in a new thrash
Huh.
combo. The all-female thrash three-piece Arcana, um, Seattle heavy metal overlords Skeletor, and our NASCAR-themed speed metal band I Am the Intimidator will round out the show. That's gonna be a dope night. Definitely
Yeah.
gonna be at that. That's gonna be a thing. Gonna love that.
All
That's
right.
great. And this Chuck Norris edition, of course, because Chuck passed away this year. Um,
R.I.P.
Yep. Yes. And then what do we have on? Excuse me. Saturday, July 11th, America's greatest hardcore band, Alienator, will be playing at the Blackwater with. I think that's right. The Blackwater. Yes. With the Wasted Strike, Social Ills, and Dry Heave. That's going to be a great hardcore show. Woo! I have to work again, and I'm mad about that. But
Ah.
other humans can go and experience that. Want to remind people also about the Soldiers of Steel Festival taking place in Seattle, August 13th through the 16th at the substation. Headliners will include Sanctuary, Liege Lord, Sacred Blade, Hell Witch, Saint, and the Accused AD, alongside a dozen and a half other great speed, power, thrash, and traditional heavy metal bands. It is going to be a one for the ages. Hit that up if you can. Go to soldiersofsteel.com right now and get your tickets. Gonna be great. So I believe that'll be our show for today. Chase, do you have a sign off for us?
Sure. I believe so. Thanks for watching Heavy Metal Breakdown. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember to cry, cry, cry for the Indians.
Yes. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thanks.